So-called hush money trial entering day 20 today. Former legal advisor to ex-attorney Michael Cohen will return to the witness stand. That's Robert Costello. He'll return to the witness stand for cross-examination today. But what a day yesterday. Judge Mershon clashed with Costello. He sent reporters out of the courtroom, and he threatened to hold Costello in contempt if he continues to, quote, stare him down during his testimony. Costello confirmed that Cohen said Trump did not know about any non-disclosure agreement payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Cohen also admitted on the stand to stealing money from Trump. He stole tens of thousands of dollars from the Trump Organization, $60,000 when including taxes. The defense team will likely rest their case today as Trump calls for the case to be terminated. Watch.
We've asked for termination of the case. There were no crimes. We did nothing wrong. And I want to get back to campaigning. I'm representing millions and millions, hundreds of millions of people. Nobody's ever seen anything like this. This is a witch hunt. This is a witch hunt. This is to damage crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country, by far, to damage his political opponent. That's all this is. The highly political judge. They haven't even charged me with a crime. You know what the crime is? I beat Hillary Clinton. That's what the crime is.
Well, what a day. Yesterday could have been a real pivot in this case. Cheryl Cassoni, your reaction.
It was quite an afternoon in court. Now, let's go back to those revelations about Michael Cohen just for a moment. Putting 20 grand in a paper bag, keeping 30,000 for yourself. I mean, once again, Michael Cohen was discredited. And what yesterday was supposed to be for the prosecution, Maria, was the rehab of the witness. The whole point of redirect was to rehab Michael Cohen on the stand to try and restore his credibility to the jury. And it didn't happen. It went even more south for the prosecution. And then, of course, when Costello took the stand, that's when things really blew up in the courtroom. So it's going to come down to who does the jury believe. All of this now, we don't have hard evidence. We just don't have it. This is he said in court. And without Weisselberg there, I'm not sure that the jury's going to buy anything that they've heard, Maria.
Yeah, that was incredible when Trump's lawyer said to Michael Cohen, you stole from the Trump Organization. He says, yes, I did. You know, yes, I stole $30,000. I said that it was more money that was coming to me than it was actually. And so $30,000, I said. And then when you gross it up, including taxes, they're talking about $60,000. Monica, your reaction.
Yeah, so now the other prosecution star witness, as opposed to Stormy Daniels, who is a porn actress who has admitted on the stand that she hates Donald Trump and would like to see him in prison. Michael Cohen has also admitted that. And you know what? He is now an admitted liar and a thief in a court of law. And legal observers, Maria, are saying that if Michael Cohen had been prosecuted and convicted of the crime of stealing from the Trump Organization, he would have faced 15 years in prison. So what he just admitted to is far worse than the fake crime that they're trying to plaster Donald Trump with. There's been no evidence of any kind of falsification of business records, no evidence presented to this jury whatsoever. And actually, the prosecution has not even stated a crime. So this whole thing has devolved into a circus, and it's a circus because it is a disgrace and a huge blemish on the Constitution, the rule of law, and due process.
Well, and that is why the Trump team is saying dismiss this case immediately. You still haven't proven any crime here. I mean, I really want to know what ticked off the judge so much to tell the reporters, get out of the room, clear the room. The only people who could be here, the lawyers, the defense, and what specifically happened.